It's entertainment time here at the Hangout.
I'm just trying to bring a little culture to the group.
It could totally use a friendly hangout.
So,
Then, back in the day, baby.
it's the culture, Daryl.
Good hangout.
Whatever.
Welcome everybody back to the Hangout. Things look a little bit different up here because I am your host Tom, tiny tiramisu, tallest tree in Tennessee. Ding. And then to my left, we have James's buzzing cousin. The lover of dark ales, the ABV king, Daisy Allendale, if you're nasty, Mr. David Murin.
Hello. Welcome back, guys. Happy to be here.
Over to the right, we have, filling in with some big shoes to fill, we have jovial jam master Geronimo James.
What's up? I'm the producer this time.
I love it.
Getting warmed up here.
Now starts with the J.
It does now.
Thanks,
Welcome,
Tom, for the
everybody.
intro.
Real quick, while we're here, if you like, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, Inman Productions, check out the Instagram.
Yeah. We should. Hopefully, at this point, we've broken 1,000 subscribers, so I can throw some on-screen graphics. I know last time we were only 20 away, and it was pretty cool getting the experience of getting another subscriber live on the podcast. So that was really fun. Hopefully by now also somebody has named the album that was behind James. If not, we're going to give you a second chance here. If you can name the album, name the band of said album, we are going to ship you a Inman Productions t-shirt or a tank top, variety of colors you're choosing. All you have to do is comment the band and album name. Trying to get a little giveaway, get a little bit of some Inman merch out there to everyone that supports us.
Yeah, boy!
Oh man, that's great.
When Flava Flav was a prize.
Yeah. So for everyone catching us on the first day this is being released, yesterday was St. Patrick's Day. So I hope everybody was safe first and foremost, but secondly, had themselves a good time celebrating the holiday. All three of us are wearing green to celebrate. And one of the ways that I love celebrating St. Patrick's Day is by making a black and tan. So that is our drink today. I got some Guinness and some Harp. That is the way that you are supposed to make a black and tan traditionally.
Top of morning, Irish noises. Ding ding.
That's great.
Sorry.
I need to grab my keys for a bottle opener real quick. But yeah, we were talking a little bit before the pod though. You said that you have never had a black and tan, Tom.
Yeah, I may have had a Guinness once in my life. That's about it. So black and tan's pretty new to me.
Yeah, so I guess the novelty of it is that it splits it in half. Oh, see, I didn't think that it was supposed to. I thought it was the Guinness first.
So it's a tan and black?
No, I guess. No, when I've always made these, I've always made it with the Guinness first, and then the Harps would sit on top as a layer. I've never seen it poured that way. Maybe one of us can try it that way.
Is that like a tequila sunrise? Is it the same thing? Am I thinking of I really like this fruity drink that's it's separate with the colors. Is that called or is that Sex on the Beach?
I think it's tequila sunrise because they use grenadine.
Yes,
and
I love that. Yeah. I love getting those on vacation.
Yeah, I've always made them the reverse way that's depicted. I never knew that it was able to be, because I thought that the stout was heavier, so the light lager sat on top. I thought that was the whole science behind it. That's interesting. So I'm gonna pop open.
I guess we're gonna find out.
Yeah, we'll try it both ways for our viewers, and also let us know in the comments.
What about that one? Is that more realistic, David?
If you don't pour it right, yes. So we actually bought this little contraption a couple years back, my wife and I, that helps disperse the Harps evenly so that when you pour it, it doesn't just dunk into the Guinness. So it just helps with that. But I'm interested to try this both ways, but let us know how you make your black and tans in the comments. I'm very, very curious if this is a thing that I've just like never known. But yeah, so it says to like pour it on an upside down spoon to keep the layers separate. This pretty much does that effect. So I'm gonna do this one the way that I know how to do it first, with the Guinness first. And
I like that it has political connotations, so it's often called a half and half in Ireland. So this is similar to like the snowman.
Oh gee, yeah, where like the origins are not what we thought. Yeah, and Alex and I have actually tried to make black and tans because it is really hard to find harp specifically, especially at this time of year. So we've done it with like Yinglings and Conways and a various amount of different light beers. This one does not look like it's separating at all. So maybe I do have to do the harp first.
Yeah,
we've always made them with the dark stout on the bottom. No, it definitely just mixed. Here, let's see your glass.
All right.
And I'll do the harps first. This will be a little like on-air live experiment.
I'll miss your gangster.
I can't wait for this episode to get more copyrights.
So while he's pouring a drink, do you have any cool St. Patty's Day stories?
No, I think back when I lived at the house before this, one of my best friends got super, super, super drunk on St. Patty's Day, and I think that will be the most drunk I've ever seen him. That St. Patty's Day. So it got pretty wild. No, not really. I don't really like celebrate it a whole lot. You know what I mean? I just kind of, sometimes it passes and I don't even notice.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those, like, you wear a green shirt and if you don't, people pinch you, and other than that, it's a few drinks. I know I was telling everybody, I have a cool story. I actually wore this shirt to one of my favorite things I've ever done, but we'll get back to that. Because look, that looks successful.
Yeah, the harps on the bottom seems to have separated. If you want to hold it up to the camera for us, Tom, maybe give our audience little visual. Yeah, sure. But yeah, that seems to work. The traditional way of doing harps on the bottom seems to separate it much better than me doing the stout on bottom. Did you do this thing? Yeah. So we did the harp on bottom, and that's what actually worked better. So Tom, you're gonna enjoy that one properly made.
Your whole life was a lie.
Yeah, I guess so. But I've had it work before. Like, that's so interesting to me that I'm kind of mind blown a little bit. James, where's your glass? We can pour you one that is done the right way.
No,
that's my grandma's glass. You better not break it. If you break it,
that's the
I
one
break
we
you.
love the shape of.
I love the shape of that glass.
But so
oh, sorry. I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, then I'm going to tell my story.
Go for it. Story time with Floor Tom.
Story time with Floor Tom. So I don't normally do much like partying or anything either. I don't really like crowds. I kind of stay low key. I got to go to downtown Nashville on St. Patrick's Day. And it was almost like not on purpose. It was Phil, shout out Phil.
Okay.
You know, we went down there, his brother, we had a couple other friends, and it was one of those experiences where, you know, and I haven't been in Nashville like downtown in years, and there's been such a boom in population and crowds. But even this, it was in the beginning of kind of like that Nash Vegas, so there was tons of people everywhere, street performers, just the crowds were so unnerving, and it made me anxious. That we walked to the main road, and we could just in the distance hear Bush being played acoustic. And we're like, we got to go there. I don't know where this is, but that's where we got to go. So it was the first bar. We went upstairs, and it was probably 3 floors. Like, the first floor is a Rage Against the Machine cover band with a girl. And then the second floor is like a rock, another rock band. And then the third floor is all bachelorette parties. We go out to the rooftop. There's a dude named Les Hall sitting there playing acoustic guitar with the whole skyline in the background. There was probably 8 or 10 of us. We sat there for 2 hours. He took requests. He played acoustic versions of Bone Thugs. He played NWA. Anything we could think of, he played it. And he stopped a couple times and was like, hey, this is Nashville. You guys need to go have some fun. And we're like, dude, this is where we need to be. And we spent the whole night up there getting drunk and listening to Les Hall play. It was one of my favorite memories ever.
That's
was in this shirt.
Dude, Nashville so many people in Nashville are like amazing musicians. It's just insane.
Like every 10 feet.
Yeah, and then you were right about the bars, how they're just level. They just keep going up. There's something different in every single level. Like that's what kind of Nashville is. Just these really tall bar, venue, bar, restaurant, rooftop. So Nashville is cool in that way. But I did realize I do have a St. Patrick's Day story.
Okay.
When I lived with the same buddy that I said got super drunk on St. Patty's Day, this is with my same friend. It was just a random day, and well, not random day, but it was around St. Patrick's Day. I don't think it was exactly on St. Patrick's Day, but we randomly decided, like being spontaneous 20-something-year-olds, we're like both into photography. We're like, let's just go to DC and take some photos. It was just a random day, so we went up there, and as soon as we found a place to park, which was like a really nice place to park, we went a couple blocks, and then we were in like DC seeing like monuments and stuff, and then all of a sudden we just heard these snare drums, and there was a start of their Irish parade, or their St. Patty's Day parade, that we just were like, wow, perfect time, perfect place. And we saw it was really cool because there was like a lot of different cultures that they were showcasing, not just like, you know, the Irish or whatever, but that was a big part of it. But it was just really cool seeing like all the costumes and everything, and we were just like, we had no idea. We were just right place, right time, and that was a St. Patty's Day parade in DC.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Didn't Cleveland, weren't they known for the St. Patrick's Day parade?
Probably a lot of cities do them, probably, right? In some form.
Well, there's a pretty decent Irish. Well, I guess I don't know. I get all my Irish from my dad's side, and he grew up in Pennsylvania, so maybe that's no. And then my mom is all German, so like I know there's a decent amount of German as well. But yeah. James, I saw your face when you tried your black and tan.
I sniffed it.
Do you have? Oh,
I didn't even try. I sniffed it.
I was gonna say if you had a score based on that sip, but even though it's not like reviewing Guinness or Harp like necessarily on their own, it's kind of like reviewing a drink. But the fact that it's Tom's first time having one, and kind of like paying homage to St. Patty's Day in the Irish. So cheers, Tom.
Cheers, boys. Yeah.
Oh, you've already done some damage, Tom. What do you think?
Well, I was trying to get
There's
to
no
the
way you like
light
this, Tom.
beer. So I'm like kind of trying to figure out what I'm actually drinking right now. Is it the Guinness?
So at the top for yours, yes, it would be the Guinness that you'd be drinking first. So that's going to be the nitro, more of a flat beer, no carbonation.
Okay.
And I guess that's probably what separates it more than anything. And then the lager, the light lager, or I guess it's just a lager in Harp that is also a product of Ireland. So it's kind of funny, like even just looking at it, like the logos even go together. Like they're meant to be enjoyed at the same time.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely different. I think I'm more mesmerized by like the lava lamp effect at the bottom. That every time I take a drink, I'm waiting for it to kind of like resettle and all.
Can you like picture yourself at the bar, like after so many, like it's almost like a game trying to separate them more and who can get the best one kind of thing.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Guys, do you know where the name Black and Tan comes from, though?
Probably.
Like, do you know the history of it?
No, I would love to
It's not great.
That's what it said.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
great.
okay.
I want to know.
The Black and Tan is a 17th century English layered beer cocktail, traditionally blending a light beer with a dark stout. While rooted in British pub culture, the name is highly offensive in Ireland, referencing the brutal 1920s British paramilitary force, the Royal Irish Constabulary. I might be saying that wrong. It is best ordered as a half and half. So,
if you're in Ireland, don't order a black and tan. Order a half and half.
So
or an Irish car bomb.
The Black and Tans were
those are good.
Yeah, don't do that either. The Black and Tans were a notorious British paramilitary force recruited in 1920s to assist the Royal Irish, that's the word I can't say again, Constabulary, in combating the Irish Republic Army, IRA, during the Irish War of Independence. So Yeah, like what can you order at a Irish bar in Ireland? Just like I can't do a Irish bar, I can't do the. Just give me a Guinness. We're safe with a Guinness. Yeah. As we learned from Noah Ryan, it's better there too.
Yeah, I guess it is. I didn't look at it to see if it does say brewed in Dublin, at least on the bottle for these. So there's a chance maybe it has the same water profile as what Noah Ryan was referring to, making it like an import. Like, what was the beer you were talking about? The import from Mexico? Was it the Red Stripe?
Red Stripe from Jamaica.
Oh,
yeah.
from Jamaica, not Mexico. Yeah. Very similar to that. So with that, do you have a score, Tom, for this beer?
Probably. I'm gonna go. I think. What did I do? I think I'm just gonna go with 6.5 again. It's kind of a meh score. It's
less than average.
Yeah. I think it's cool to try. I'm excited to participate in tradition, even if it's, the tradition we don't talk about. But yeah, so it's cool, but not very good.
Cool.
For me.
6.5. I actually like them more mixed. I think it's a little bit better mixed if you, I don't know, the flavors blend a little bit better. So with the little bit of Irish in me, I can't rate a black and tan or a half and half or a less than an average, but I don't know, I've always somewhat enjoyed them, so I'm gonna go with the 7.2 with that's I like them, but they're not like my 100% favorite, and that's strictly because of the carbonation. Nitros, it just really gets to me, and like it makes the entire beer only like half carbonated because half of the beer is fully carbonated. But I'm always gonna have one on St. Patrick's Day. So
my review time.
It is.
I give it.
It's gonna be a fun episode.
I give it 4.2.
Sorry.
Right. Are you gonna finish yours?
You have
if
to.
you don't.
It's part of the tradition.
Not a 40.
Yeah, it's not a 40. This isn't actually that bad. The harp is only 5%, and the Guinness. I actually meant to look because I'm unsure.
Don't be stashing your beer behind this record that we don't know the name of.
I ain't no. I finished my 40s.
Okay, so the Guinness is only 4.2.
Okay.
So the harp is actually a 4.5. So the harp is more alcohol content than the stout in this case.
Huh.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I would have thought the Guinness stout was at least 5, at least 6. All right. So I guess that this is an episode that has been in the making. We tried to film it one time and things just didn't quite go as planned. So we are coming back to it.
Because I got too drunk. You can say it.
I mean, I wasn't going to. I was going to let it slide.
We talked about it a little bit
Just
last episode. Everyone got too drunk. I listened to the little part that you guys tried to.
Oh yeah, we didn't miss out on gold. Like
No, it's not like I'm eager to post it.
It was a warm-up exercise.
Yes, and it's gonna be a good time revisiting it. James is entirely in, and in fact going to be babying his beer.
I'm in this episode, baby.
So if I didn't know any better, I think that James would actually prefer to sit over there. He has such a good time when he's sitting over there.
It is fun to kind of do something new and play with some new toys.
I know, but I have to check the cameras in a second. That's lame.
Yeah. Well, I think Tom can give us a little intro into this and kind of explain what built it, since we didn't get into that.
So basically, if you've watched a few of the episodes in the past, David has talked about needing to watch movies that are like pop culture movies, quotable movies that like most people have seen. He's kind of, some would say a cry for help a few times.
I have, yes.
Yeah, so I answered that call. And
so Tom has brought a list.
This took about 2 weeks, and this included some of my great friends on Facebook, bunch of people at work, family, basically everybody. And what I set out to find was some lists of the parameters were movies that every guy who's now between the ages of 30 and 45 should have seen in their life. So I'm kind of on the high end of that. You guys are kind of on the lower end. So it's and I polled a lot of people. I probably had, like I said, 15 to 20 people's input. We came up with a master list of almost 300 movies. I had people messaging me in the middle of the night. I was waking up and writing movies down. And so it was a very extensive list. And then we narrowed them down through voting. And so we came up with our top lists.
Yes. And a slight spoiler alert, this is now going to be becoming a ongoing thing where I'm going to try and catch up on as many of these that I haven't seen as possible. Whether that makes some of the reviews but based on like how often I can actually watch them, but I'm going to try and educate myself.
Well, and not only to like understand some of the references, but also seeing it for the first time as compared to nostalgia, because what we ended up doing is, like, I'm not big into horror, so we kind of kept the horror thriller category pretty low. We had a nostalgia category, which is kind of like movies you'd see growing up. And then we have comedy, which we picked our top 50. And then I have a category called cinema, where it's just like movies you should have seen. They don't necessarily fit into a category.
Yeah. And if we don't get to movies that you think should be on this list, let us know in the comments. We can always add to it. And if we have some golden gems in the comment section, we can add them to the list.
Well, and it was a lot of fun too, because it gave a lot of conversation at work. And it is a big thing, because, you know, when you're picking these movies, it's not necessarily what you like the most, but like what you should have seen. Yeah. So there were times you had to vote off things that you liked to keep things that's like, well, you should have seen these. Yeah. So I thought it would be interesting to kind of talk about these. I know we have a wheel for a movie to kind of go through, but it would be kind of interesting to go through and see some of these that we haven't seen, or some of the opinions we have on if you actually like them or not. Yeah. Do we want to break it down by genre again and kind of like go through them like that? Or do you want to spin the wheel and just go through what comes up? How do you want to do this? This is your episode, Tom. What do you think? Dang it. That's a good question. Okay, so we'll nostalgia. Let's start with this one.
Okay. All right. Everyone
open your packets to page
flip to nostalgia.
2.
I have PDF files. I have Excel spreadsheets.
Oh man. Yeah, when Tom sent the Google link to our email and had multiple attachments, James opened it because I was trying to keep it a secret. And James opened it. He's like, "What the is Tom doing? Like, there is multiple sheets, what is going on?" And
I would have liked to add more graphs and charts, but Nate was busy.
Oh, that's funny. All right, so nostalgia. First on the list, Angels in the Outfield. I've definitely seen that. That is one of those movies that, especially just being an avid baseball fan, have to have seen that. And the same with Field of Dreams.
So Angels in the Outfield is a fun one. I think it'll be fun to kind of talk about these movies too. Yeah. I saw that like growing up, my mom, we had like, you know, the behavior chart, the chore chart, you know, you get stars for good behavior, and then you can eventually turn them in for, you know, rewards. And one of them was we went to see Angels in the Outfield, but we like to get to the movies early, but we got there too early. So we ended up seeing like the last 10 minutes of the movie before we even saw the movie. So it was kind of a bummer.
How funny. Yeah, Angels in the Outfield.
And we don't have to go one by one, but if there's any of these that like stand out to you
that like I definitely should have, that might be controversial, I guess. Yeah, because a handful of these, especially in the nostalgia, I've definitely seen. Ones that might be controversial, I guess instead of listing everything that I have seen, maybe we can like put in the description all the movie list and their categories so people can see ones that we might not reference. But Hook, I have not seen. Indian in the Cupboard, I have not seen.
That was a deep cut. I was surprised that had so many people recommend that one because I completely forgot.
Yeah. Yeah. And then probably the most controversial on here actually is probably the one right below that in Karate Kid. Oh, geez. I need the cover. This looks like a wild movie.
Oh, yeah. Based on a book.
What is happening? What is this? Is it like a torture?
No, it's like
dungeon thing.
So it's almost got like a Toy Story kind of thing where it's like the toys in the cupboards that come to life.
Oh, maybe I have seen like clips of. See, that's my problem. I've seen like a lot of clips from movies, and I recognize them as movies, but I would have never known that is what this is.
And this one was kind of on the border, too, because I wanted to stick with movies that were like mid-90s to early 2010s.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of movies that didn't make the cut because it's like, well, if the age range was 40 to 55, they probably would have made it, but...
Yeah. Yeah. And then Karate Kid. I haven't seen this one or the remake. I, have seen, obviously, clips from Karate Kid, but... never sat down and watched it. I was terrible with movies, especially when I was a kid. I'm gonna have to clip that and then repeat it over and over and over again throughout the rest of this podcast.
We're done filming. We're just gonna loop this. So good night.
Yeah, some of my favorites though on this list, Miss Doubtfire. I loved Miss Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire interrupted my beer review last week or 2 weeks ago. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, call back to Noah Ryan doing some great impressions.
That's a
lawsuit. Oh, man.
We're just doing nostalgia, so.
Yeah, this is definitely nostalgia. And then the Sandlot, just Sandlot, being on here is another one of my favorites from this list.
What about you, James? Do you have any memories of any of these movies?
Yeah, on the nostalgia.
Honestly, The Sandlot is one of my favorite movies of all time. Me and my best friend and neighbor growing up would watch this a whole bunch of times. We never got sick of this movie. Looking through this other stuff, Little Giant was a great movie. I think I remember that being sad. Space Jams was one of my favorites. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one I think was pretty cool.
Yep. I remember Night at the Museum being fun too.
Field of Dreams is my mom's favorite movie.
Yeah.
Ever. So that's one of them. So those are the movies that stick out to me. This is probably the most that sticks out, The Sandlot, and then probably Space Jams, and then Field of Dreams for my mom.
Sandlot is another one of those that I should like, but it doesn't really hold that importance to me.
No?
I think I actually watched this twice in my life. Once was at Bill's house, Bill Squire's house. Shout out, because he's going to make every episode from now until forever. And I've seen it maybe one other time, and that was a lot of those movies where it's I know this should matter to me because everybody else my age, the Goonies, all those, they love it. But for me, it just never really held much. I never really held much importance to me. Yep, that one too.
Yeah. See, and I almost have a similar take on the Goonies because I like it, but it's not one of those staple movies from my past that has this massive importance that some people find it to have.
But the thought of hey, this treasure hunt, these pirates, all these things, it sounds so cool, and so many people love it, but it's hard for me. I'm cool. You like chocolate? Awesome. Truffle shuffle, got it. Cool. All right, what's next?
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so I think that's nostalgia. It's one of the shorter on the list. What do you want to move to next, Tom?
I don't know. I don't know. Horror and thriller was one for me. Like I said, I know you've talked about...
Let's knock it out.
Okay, I know you've talked about some
short.
of the movies that, you've seen, so I figured you were kind of more into that.
Yeah. Even though like there are a couple on here that I have not seen. So one that might surprise you that I have seen is actually Donnie Darko. And
I have not.
I had actually seen that for the first time. Oddly enough, random memory. I haven't thought about this in forever. It was with James. It was at your apartment at Timber Top. Because I had made a reference to me never seeing it. You're like, dude, you haven't seen this movie. We have to watch it right now. And we watched it up on your like balcony or loft area in your apartment.
Yeah.
That's wild. I haven't thought about that.
It's a creepy movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a creepy
that's
apartment.
the only reason that I've seen it is because you introduced me to it, actually.
Shout out Timber Top.
Shout out Timber Top, yo.
Man, I had some good times living there too.
Yeah, if you're running into some hard times, Timber Top got your back.
Yeah, they do. They've kind of like even more so gone to lately,
Well,
too,
yeah,
with
now they're new names.
They're lighting on fire and having carbon monoxide poisoning events, and
Dude, that's called a Wednesday.
Good point.
Yeah, Donnie Darko is a classic. I've heard like hot takes on Donnie Darko. Some people don't like it, but it's all like I feel like a lot of these takes that we're gonna do on these movies is like where and when you saw it, and like how, like I'm always nostalgic when we talk about like a lot of these films on here. So I'm gonna heavily like a lot of the films like just inherently because a lot of the times I'm like the first time I watched Donnie Darko is just such a different movie, and I think a lot of these movies, it's like they're all so unique in their own way. And Donnie Darko is certainly a unique film from like frame one almost.
Yeah.
It's really a cool movie if you haven't seen it. And I noticed that you haven't seen American Psycho. You would love American Psycho. Tom, have you seen American Psycho?
Isn't that like the knife in the shower scene?
No.
Isn't that American Psycho?
That's Psycho, Alfred Hitchcock. American Psycho. This is the what's his name? Christian Bale.
Yeah.
And he's the.
Help me out.
So this one's like one of those. It's super quotable. Everyone says they've seen it. It's almost like Scarface, where it's like, oh. But I've seen probably 10 minutes of it on TV. So like,
Oh, so you haven't seen it either, Tom?
No.
Oh,
No.
you guys gotta get it together. This movie is amazing.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, I was totally thinking of a different movie entirely. I haven't seen either one of them.
they said that Christian Bale, like his character was kind of based off of Tom Cruise from an interview he did on, I don't know if it was David Letterman or one of those late night shows, but he talked about like Tom Cruise having these dead, disingenuous eyes while still like being happy. And that was kind of the basis for his character.
Huh. That's interesting. Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah, it's a black comedy.
Huh.
Like, does that mean like a dark comedy? I guess
I would
assuming,
imagine. To satire. I don't know.
Yeah, it's based on a novel too. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't know that. Learning something new about movies that I haven't seen.
A New York City investment banker who leads a double life as a serial killer. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I know one that I usually get for, or that I've seen, that I haven't seen that I know that I normally get for is House of a Thousand Corpses. On that,
that's the Rob Zombie one, right?
Yeah,
I
the
think I've seen
first
that
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. That was one of the last of the horror movies that I was kind of into.
Yeah.
Because I had like a short horror phase. I remember I went on a date with a girl and we saw The Omen. And like 20 minutes in, she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm tripping right now." And I was like, "This is the weirdest thing to do, and thanks a lot for telling me now."
Well, at least she told you and like didn't just have you think she was going crazy.
But
how did she take the movie? How was that experience?
Like nothing.
Oh, well, that
was weird.
You ended that, right?
It was so weird.
That was the last date.
Like, how are you enjoying this? And like, just be like, "Yep, this is cool." Dude's getting impaled, but haha. It was so weird.
Oh man,
You've never seen any of the Final Destinations?
no, I've seen Final Destination. I'm sorry.
That's not crossed out on my thing.
Maybe I accidentally missed that. I have seen the Final Destinations. I have not
There's
seen
a ton of them.
Silence of the Lambs, and I haven't seen. I've seen like snippets, and I'm like on the fence if I've actually ever seen Sixth Sense. But I wouldn't be confident in saying that I've seen the entire movie. Final Destination, I've definitely seen the original one. I don't know if I've kept up and watched all of them.
I was gonna say, I think I've
but
seen 2.
What are they on? Like Final Destination 48 or something
It's
right
as bad
now?
as Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
The first couple are good. The first one really got me because that's
Yeah.
like I think the first horror movie that was like realistic. Like,
Yes.
oh man, this is happening in the real world and
Yeah.
around
Because they were
real
real life situations. It's not like a thrasher or
The
a serial
logging
killer.
trucks.
Yes.
You know?
I always remember the NASCAR scene where they're going around the track. I don't know which one. It might not be from the first one, but they're going around the track and the tire comes off.
Okay.
And there's like a NASCAR accident and the tire comes off and it flips over the fence and then
Yeah.
that was that.
It was so weird. Even the one in like the first one where he goes to get the ring out of the garbage disposal and then things are on fire. I'm like, this is just
It's
messy.
almost like everything in the back of your head you think would kill you that you see in normal
Yeah.
life. That's like, oh, that's super dangerous. It's like they hit
Yep.
on all of those marks.
It's like,
Yep.
welcome to anxiety. Like, welcome
Yeah.
to like having that worried.
Yeah, like that guy
mom
just slipped in the
possibly.
shower and hung himself, and it was all super realistic. You
Oh,
know.
yeah.
How far?
I love the fact that they're figuring out that they're all screwed. Like they're all gonna die in some
Yeah.
way. They're all figuring that out because everyone's dying in a freak accident. Then it's like, okay, they kind of reverse engineer their situation to find out that they're all screwed and gonna die one way or
Yeah.
another.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was a good one. I really enjoyed that one. Sorry I didn't cross that one off on your list. I meant to.
That's okay. We got to talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Very,
It's all
very
it's
true.
all about talking about movies.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think that kind of wraps up horror and thriller. And we knocked out the two smaller categories. Where to next, Tom?
Well, so on our sheet we've got comedy and cinema, but we also I have highlighted the top 15 vote
Okay.
getters. So we're gonna go with comedy first. And so out of all of the movies, the top 15 vote getters for these were American Pie, Anchorman, Billy Madison, Dude, Where's My Car, Dumb and Dumber, Half Baked, Happy Gilmore, Joe Dirt, Old School, Step Brothers, Super Troopers, Talladega Nights, The Other Guys, Tommy Boy, and White Chicks.
Yeah, I've seen like 99% of those.
That's a solid top 15.
Yeah.
I'm happy to say that I've seen a good amount of those as well. The ones that stick out for sure that I have not seen right off the bat, Happy Gilmore. And I think that we have
'Cause
talked
yeah.
about that previously.
That was kind of the origin story.
Yeah, that's kind of almost where all this began, was me not seeing Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, and you still haven't seen it, right?
Nope.
Dude.
Nope. It's on the wheel.
That might as
We'll
well
have to
just
see
be
if
the
it-
first one. That might as well be how
we have to let
started.
the wheel. We have to let the wheel do its thing.
Ding! Happy Gilmore.
Wouldn't that be something if we spin it at the end and it lands on Happy Gilmore?
I think that's just one of those ones that, and you know, it also is like, we talk about like time periods. Like every 10 years somebody has a Adam Sandler. There's a Jim Carrey. There's
Yep.
each generations, and so Adam Sandler, like he just had such a dominant run of movies and TV for that short time.
Yeah.
That it's like Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, like those two right there. In that year time frame, it was like everybody had seen it. Everybody's walking around quoting it at school. Everybody's, shampoo is better, no conditioner is better, and you don't know what that means.
No, you said and no.
Yeah.
No, and it is one that I need to go back and see. And like you said, Billy Madison, that's another one that I have not
Yeah.
seen. But like, I love Adam Sandler, and you mentioned Jim Carrey, and I've seen the majority of both of their movies. It's just like, I don't know if I missed it or my parents just didn't introduce it to me. They never thought it was funny. Like one of my dad's favorite movies as far as comedy goes is Dumb and Dumber, which is also on this list.
Yep.
That I have seen. And my mom just thinks that kind of comedy is so stupid that she can't get past it to laugh.
Yeah.
So she doesn't think they're funny, and I think that stifled a lot of like my dad. Then I think my dad would find Happy Gilmore hilarious,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
he would probably have showed me.
Okay.
But because my mom didn't enjoy that kind of comedy, or maybe just like comedy at all,
But
I don't
and
know.
there-
It just kind of, I never saw it. Dumb and
there
Dumber
is
is
that,
so
like-
funny though.
There is that like over the top, like just because you're stupid doesn't mean you're funny.
Excuse me.
You know, there's
Could you
a
tell
whole
me how to
lot.
get to the medical school?
Go straight ahead and you
It's so
That's a
good.
lovely accent you have.
It's like actually just so good.
Austria.
Another shrimp on the barbie.
Good day, mate. Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
What? What's the matter?
Oh man.
Oh god, it's so good. What did you guys think of Dumb and Dumber 2 when that finally came out? Did you ever see it?
I don't think I've seen it.
I saw it. I don't remember.
I haven't seen a lot of movies that end in 2.
yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
This one I thought actually held up. It was not as funny as the original. Like, and they make it a point, like, don't go into it with that same expectation. But as far as like movies that end with a number 2, that one I feel is one of the better ones.
So that's when they come back, right? Not Dumber
Yes.
and Dumber.
Yes, it opens up with like, okay, spoiler alert, but whatever. It's Dumb and Dumber too.
Yeah.
You'll whatever. Yeah. It opens up where Jim Carrey's character is coming out of the hospital, and it had been 20 years or whatever. And see, I'm bad with names. What were their names? The blonde
Lloyd
guys.
and Harry.
Lloyd and Harry. Okay. And then Lloyd comes up and he's all aged and he's like picking him up, and then Harry gets up and surprises him, and it's been an act. He's been doing this whole act for 20 years as a gag to Lloyd.
Man.
And it goes into this skit of like all the things Lloyd had done. He's like, but I bathed you. And like I did like X, Y, and Z. You're telling me that was all an act? It's good. There's some good content. I'd recommend watching it. I'm happy that I get to recommend watching a movie that you guys haven't seen during this.
So before we play this one, I want to say that with all the movies that got recommended, somehow we completely forgot this one. And I had talked about it numerous times. I've showed Trent and Gavin, because they're stepbrothers and they're about this age. Mm-hmm. So then somebody was like, where's Step Brothers? And so Step Brothers never got voted on. It just got a pass to the final round. So that's why it made it.
Yeah, it's a good one. And I have seen this one. So phenomenal. Producer of the Year 2026. Geronimo James.
They're just so good together.
Oh yeah.
It's just so funny.
Oh yeah.
All right, everybody.
The balls on the jump set will get me every time.
Yeah.
Just until
This house is a prison.
Are you awake? Yeah. I hate your guts. As soon as your eyes shut, I'm gonna punch you square.
Yeah, this time period, like 2008ish, when this was made, is like, I feel like this was like the last little good amount of comedies to come out.
Yeah, and we've touched
what I mean?
on that before in the past
like,
too. Like, this was the end of that era of like solid original comedies.
And also with like people we knew when we grew up with,
Yeah,
like,
and that's true.
And
That's
I
a good
think like
point.
the Jim Carreys, the Adam Sandlers, Steve Carell's, like those are kind of people that are in our range. Jack Black. But then once you get a little bit,
Jack Black, yeah.
Younger, then it's like, okay, well, I didn't grow. That's not necessarily my favorite.
Yeah, and it makes me wonder what like kids are then growing up with now, because there, at least to my knowledge, there aren't a whole lot of younger figures like that are in movies that you would see. Does that make sense? Like, can you name any? Like, I'm not sure.
Well, but it's also like any new movie that comes out and they list the actors. I have no idea who any of these people are.
Sure.
I assume they're AI or something.
Well, I guess I thought that maybe you would, with kids, like be going to see more movies that would have younger stars that maybe you would see in the but like comedy is just like dead. Like you just don't see comedy movies.
And a lot of
coming
it's
out anymore.
redoing movies.
Yeah.
It's updated versions.
And it's also the same. What's his face? What are the actors that keep doing all the? Oh my god! I shouldn't have even said anything. I was gonna blank on it, and I knew I was gonna blank on it. It's not Chris Hemsworth.
Thor?
No. The guy, he keeps acting in all the like newer comedies. It's the movie that he said don't watch. Who starred in that? Who was the guy in Don't Watch? Remember the movie that he reviewed?
Audrey Hepburn?
Oh man, yeah, Audrey Hepburn. That's exactly what I'm talking about. No, it just always seems to be the same storyline, same bullshit.
Seth Rogen?
So wait, What was the movie that you were talking about that was done in like the old school nuance?
Honey, don't.
Honey, don't. Not Don't Watch. It was Honey, Don't. Who acted in Honey, Don't? Because that's the actor.
Aubrey Plaza.
Yes, but the guy from it.
Chris Evans?
Chris Evans, yeah.
Yes. He has done a handful of comedies that I've been like, oh my God, dude, we're using
But
Chris
he was in
Evans
Not Another
again.
Teen Movie, and that was...
No, that was a good...
That was on the list.
That was a good movie. I did enjoy None of the Teen Movie. That's one that I've seen. All right, so what other... Do we want to go through other comedies? Yeah. Because we started Billy Madison, I haven't seen... We went through that in Happy Gilmore. Half Baked, I have seen. Joe Dirt, I have seen. Old School, I have not seen. I don't even know the reference. I don't even know a reference from Old School.
You haven't seen Office Space? Where's my stapler?
No, I haven't seen Office Space.
You, man.
That's a good
Seriously?
one. That's a good one. My wife will like this, that we dated and then like reconnected like a couple years later. And looking back, like maybe it was just to get my Office Space movie back, because I let her borrow it when we started dating, and then I got it back a couple years later. It's a great movie.
Yeah, you should see Happy Gilmore and Office Space. Those are the two that really stick out at me that you need to see. Something about Married too.
Yeah, but
Oh, boy.
old school. I mean, it's Will Ferrell. It's
Yeah, Old School's
Okay.
good. You haven't seen Old School either?
No.
Oh, Jesus.
It's also like a little problematic now because they're older guys who join a fraternity to party with college girls.
Says the guy drinking a black and tan. You son of a bitch.
I love it. I love it. That's great. No, I haven't seen it.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I need... So, okay. Then, if, Tom, you had to pick one from this list that I haven't seen that you were to be like, you have to watch tonight, what would it be?
Well, oh, shoot. So, because you just said that you hadn't seen Old School, like you might as well just go with that.
Okay.
Office Space is good
no.
too.
Thanks, Netflix.
I did the Old School because there's a part where they're like, "Oh, what are you doing tomorrow?" It's a Friday night. He's at a party. He's like, "It's a pretty good Saturday. We're gonna go to Home Depot." So I like to, when I get all excited to take my kids to Ace Hardware or whatever, I like to quote that. But I think this is a good one. Like,
I would probably love it because like one of my favorite TV shows that's a comedy that's like fraternity based is Blue Mountain State.
yeah.
That show actually, it's like, as far as made me laugh hardest, that's my number one.
I've always heard about that. I've never.
Dude, they have a movie. They released one movie of it. Dude, you have to watch it. My brother actually, shout out, got me a Thad Castle jersey for Christmas.
Okay.
Oh my God, Blue Mountain State is my number one. Like, I've laughed harder at Blue Mountain State than I have any other comedy.
I just want to get through there.
This is Old School.
If you don't mind. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, this is his house. Yo, what's up, man? How you doing,
No, that's my friend Mitch. You're mistaking me. That's my friend Mitch. He owns the house.
Oh, okay. Anyway, yo, man, come hit this right here. You need to hit this. Oh, yeah. Hit that.
No, I appreciate it, but I told my wife I wouldn't drink tonight. Besides, I got a big day tomorrow. But you guys have a great time.
A big day. Doing what?
Well, actually, pretty nice little Saturday. We're gonna go to Home Depot. Yeah, buy some wallpaper, maybe get some flooring, stuff like that. Maybe Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know. I don't know if we'll have enough time.
But that stuff makes you happy at that age.
Dude, no, I vibe with that right now. Yeah.
But it's also funny because he has like a problem, so he's doing everything he can to like not drink. Because once he starts drinking, he becomes Frank the Tank and just destroys everything. And his wife catches him streaking, and he's like, "We're all going streaking," and there's nobody there.
I think I've seen that scene actually. That's funny. No, and that's like my biggest problem is that I've seen like bits of a lot of these movies. I've just never sat down and watched them in full. So I want to pass the same question off to you, James. One from this list that I have to watch.
Oh, didn't I say?
You said two.
Office Space. One. I have to narrow down to one.
One that I'd have to watch like tonight. The most immediate one that I haven't seen. And the same goes to our audience members. Off of this comedy list, what is the one that I need to watch?
Wait, where's The Big Lebowski's not on top 50 comedies?
I think that made cinema, maybe?
If that was on here, I would pick that. But I think out of everything on here, I'd pick Office Space for you.
I think Lebowski didn't get voted that well.
And Jennifer Aniston's in Office Space. She cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a good one.
So Office Space and Old School.
But if you want something dumb, just dumb, because sometimes I like a lot of dumb things. Usually when I'm laughing at a joke, I'm usually like laughing and saying that was so dumb. I just like dumb things. Biodome is fucking hilarious.
Biodome is so good.
Stupid.
Yeah.
But it's fun and funny and entertaining. But it's so dumb.
What's the premise? I don't even know. I couldn't even think of like who's in it.
Pauly Shore's in it, and one of the Baldwins.
If that gives you a hint.
Yeah, and it's basically like they are like these dumb stoners who accidentally get into a biodome that these scientists created to like live into a controlled environment.
It's a Key and Peele. Or who? No,
that's
I'm sorry. That looked like
Black and Tan.
No, half and half.
Oh no.
No, this is definitely mid '90s Pauly Shore, like around Encino Man, in the army now time. But yeah, they stumble in and they get locked into this biodome experiment, and so they just have to deal with them because they're not allowed to open this facility up to, because it'll ruin the whole experiment. So these scientists have to deal with them, and they start like growing weed and like throwing parties and stuff like that.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Oh, well, yeah, okay, then I definitely need to check that one out. That sounds
Grandma's
rather
Boy
funny.
is another Grandma's Boy is another good one. I don't know if you've seen that.
Nope.
I think you
No, well, no. Yes, I have. That's Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that you could pretty much like there's a couple that aren't as like laugh out loud funny on this. Like I'd say like Big Daddy's not one that I'm gonna like laugh out loud to, or Men in Black. There's some funny parts, but a lot of these I think are just laugh out loud, roll on the floor. You can quote them all for days.
Yeah.
I don't think you can go wrong with any of these.
This is so good. I forgot about a lot of these parts.
Purple sticky putt.
It's just you just want something dumb to laugh at, and like okay, other people appreciate dumb too. Dumb is an art form,
but it is also like mid '90s dumb.
Yeah,
so,
the best dumb.
Yeah,
the nonsensical. No one's asking questions, but it's really stupid.
Yeah, 100%.
God, I miss this time. Like it's like almost past the point of it just being nostalgia. Like this is actually something that needs to come back. Like this was such a good
movie theaters
era.
don't do that anymore. They don't take a chance on just stupid. You know
but
what
why
I mean?
can't the streaming sites? Like that's what's replaced the blockbuster movie
But
theater.
there's so many of them.
things. But
No,
they don't
you're
even
right.
exist though. There aren't
good dumb
any that are
movies.
like that.
Good comedies don't exist in movie form anymore.
Yeah.
Like no matter what platform. Like people are free to, if they want to make it on YouTube. I don't think there's going to be or even YouTube. Yeah, if you want to release on there or like Netflix, there's not going to be a big pushback if like you're riding the line of being edgy or whatever. Like
right.
that's a lot of the times what made these movies funny is like breaking down those barriers and just like.
Well, we've talked
saying,
about like Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
can't release that movie today, but like the fact that it rode so close to the like, can people stomach this? Like this is so politically incorrect.
That was released in 2008 too. So it's like
Yeah.
I think after 2008 something happened in the industry or whatever. I don't know if like wokeness was in full form back then, but
also the visibility, because like a Tropic Thunder, if you put that out on Amazon only or Netflix only or Hulu only, it's not getting theaters, it's not getting the advertising money.
That's a good point.
The amount of people even hearing about it, because if you go on Netflix, there's thousands of things on there.
But
I haven't heard of almost any of them.
But at the same time, like you would think if anything was of that caliber, it would be marketed and you would still hear about it. Like the problem is that there just like isn't one. Like there isn't a Tropic Thunder. There isn't an Old School. There isn't any of these like Step Brothers.
all these movies were word of mouth too.
Yeah.
Like that's how they spread. Like
Cult
the movies like
classics.
especially Donnie Darko, movies like The Big Lebowski, like they weren't big box office hits, I'm pretty sure.
No.
But
Yeah.
like it was all word of mouth. Oh, you have to see this VHS. I don't know. And I think if something was that good on Netflix or Hulu, word of mouth on
I
the
agree.
internet and everything something would hit and everyone would watch it and be like, oh, movies are back now, and they're not.
Right. And like all of these like comedy is kind of shifted into like a comedian. Like all these comedians now have TV shows, and like it's more on like this, not a sitcom, but like it's on this like episode by episode instead of it being like a funny movie. You tell the whole story and that's that. Like I miss that kind of comedy. I miss movies. I feel like everything's kind of shifted to TV shows and short form everything.
Well, I feel like I feel two things. I feel COVID changed a lot of that, and then also Marvel. I think that since Marvel, there was just
that's a good point.
It's
taken over.
Well, it had, but then there was like the culmination of Marvel with, you know, Endgames and everything like that. And then it was just like, well, what do we do now? What does Hollywood do now? Yeah. Because they've been milking this for so long. And now...
Yeah. And what frustrated me with that is like I watched like the first couple like Avengers, and like I was a fan of a couple different superhero movies. But once it was like, now you got to keep up with the TV shows, and to be a part of the Marvel universe, you have to watch 3 different releases every year to keep up with things. Like I loved Thor. I watched Thor, but then it was like I had to watch like the TV series with them to understand what it was going to play into the next movie. And like, I wasn't entrenched enough to follow it that in depth. And then it was like, oh, well, now I'm left with what movies? A bunch of rom-coms.
They almost make it too immersive that you feel left out if you don't, because you didn't need to see all those. You didn't need to see to understand, but you feel overwhelmed with all of it.
Yep.
So I know like me and my son Trent, we saw like every Marvel movie we could. We saw it in the theater until Endgame. And then it was just kind of that, it peaked the interest kind of like waned.
I was actually very similar. Like, wasn't Endgame with the guy with the glove?
Yeah.
And he ended everything, right? Robert Downey Jr. died, and it was super sad.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, so
I
remember
the closing of that chapter.
Yeah, that's when I stopped watching as well, because then I remember like it was the new Spider-Man era after that.
We've still watched those.
Yeah. See, and maybe if I had a kid and I was trying to show him different like movies and stuff, I would have also stuck with it.
Yeah.
But I just fell off of the whole like Marvel, and like once you get into like, I like the idea of bringing them all together for Endgame and like the whole Avengers thing. That was fun. But then after that, I was like, okay, well, I'm good. I feel like I've seen the whole story. Like I don't need any more after this.
No, and I've invested 15 years in these characters. You really kind of captured lightning in a bottle or whatever.
Yeah.
Commonly used.
And I think you're right. They didn't have a replacement.
Yeah. But they just thought like, hey, people are this invested. They're just going to go on to the next one. And you didn't have a Iron Man. You didn't have a Thor. You didn't have that same draw, as well as like, that was 15 plus years.
Yeah. And I mean, kind of almost a good segue into our next one with cinema. Like it kind of happened as well with some of your big sagas like Star Wars and then Lord of the Rings and then your Harry Potter. Like there hasn't been another original story saga within the last decade.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to break into the top 50 cinema, right?
Yeah. That was my segue. Into
you haven't seen American History X.
Nope.
You haven't seen Boondock Saints?
Nope.
Wow. You haven't seen Rocky? You haven't seen Kill Bill?
Oh, wait,
you haven't seen Pulp Fiction?
Hold on. So Rocky is hard for me because there's so many of them. I know that I've sat down
I'm just thinking
and watched
the first one.
Like
the
a
original.
couple. I don't know that I've ever seen the original all the way through.
But like the fact that you haven't seen Kill
Pulp
Bill,
Fiction, I have not
American
seen.
History X is a tough one to get through, but I think everyone should watch it. Boondock Saints is one of my favorites. And yeah, Independence Day, dude, that's a classic.
Yeah, that was on the TV not too long ago, and I watched that again.
Yeah,
see, and
I would
that's
watch it
one
again
that
too.
I feel like I've seen a good amount of it, but I'm not confident enough to be like, yeah, I sat down and watched that whole movie. Like, one of the things growing up for me, like, if a lot of these movies made FX, like, I was watching them because that is how I watched movies. Like, my parents weren't super into the movie theater life, so like, if I was watching a movie, it had to be on TV. Or like, I think back in the day, we had Spectrum Internet or Spectrum Cable or something, and it came with like HBO, and like we could watch a couple movies on there. It was like HBO and Showtime. I think they gave us like, we could watch a handful of movies from there, but outside of that, I just never had the opportunity to watch them all.
See, we were talking before, we all had a dollar theater by us where it was like the end of the run movie theater where we can go see it for super cheap.
After the movie's been out for a month and a half, it makes its way to the dollar theater.
Yeah,
and that was great. 50-cent Mondays.
A big family. I mean, we got to experience the movie theater, and I think when I was growing up, tickets were still like $4. They were super cheap. So like we went quite a bit. My friends and I, like we would sell CDs back at Record Exchange that we were done with, and to go to the movies. And we would, that was kind of a fun thing that we did together. I take my son to the movies as much as we can. We used to. We still recently we've gone as a family to Barberton to watch movies there. And, so that's and then growing up, Friday night was always if we were at my dad's house, it was pizza and Blockbuster. So we got a kids movie and adult movie.
Jeez.
So
I do remember some of those days, and we definitely hit up Blockbuster now that I'm like thinking about it.
Yeah,
I definitely remember going to Blockbuster. It was like we grabbed pizza and we would stop at Blockbuster.
Yeah,
those were the best nights. We had a Roadrunner. Do you guys remember Roadrunner? It was
cable?
you would rent. No, you would rent movies. It was called Roadrunner.
Oh,
okay.
No.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember Roadrunner, but I remember Redbox.
Yeah.
And that was like almost like, I don't know, that's what
That was like the first beginning of Netflix too, when you would get the DVDs.
We would do the whole like go to the grocery store on the weekend, and then we'd be able to pick
Redbox.
out
I even did it
3 movies.
Yeah, I even did it when it was like super lame. Like I would like find the Redbox location and like rent it. Yeah, just
They
I
had
don't know.
some
That was like the
bangers
last.
on Redbox was great because they had like first release movies. Like as soon as they hit DVD, they were on Redbox.
They had video games too.
Right, I was just gonna say they had video games too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a PS3 and I could play those.
Oh yeah, I remember having my Xbox 360 and like because you could save the game on the hard drive of the Xbox 360, like you could rent it, play it, return it, and then get it back and keep playing it. It's not like the game would like restart. Redbox was great, and then they all shut down.
Yeah,
I don't know, markets move in different ways, like especially for gaming. Like Xbox Marketplace became a thing. PlayStation 3, like now you just download the game from the cloud. It's not even like you're buying discs anymore on these consoles.
Well, and that on the Blockbuster downswing and the Netflix and Redbox, I for a while was working third shift, so I would go to Blockbuster. Like this was when it was like there you'd never see anybody in there, and it was kind of the end of it. But I would work third shift. I'd get home. I'd watch a movie or two. So that's how a lot of these I saw. They were never growing up. It was just I knew that I had to see a lot of these because I had heard about them my whole life. So that's where some of these cinema ones go.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a big problem though on this. Tom.
All right, let's go.
This whole thing. I look through the whole thing. I don't see Big Lebowski on anything, on any category, unless I'm missing it.
No, you're not, because it was voted off.
Yeah, I think Tom said it didn't give enough votes.
Yeah.
I strongly disagree with that.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite movies of all time, period.
Yeah, we brought it up on the other episode.
Yeah.
That's another thing that instigated this list was me knowing White Russians and not knowing why The Dude Abides is funny.
Guess what? For everyone that voted this off, you're watching this clip right now. Sorry.
Walter.
Dog has papers. Over the line! I'm sorry, Smokey. You were over the line. That's a foul.
Bullshit. Mark at 8, dude.
Excuse me. Mark at 0. Next frame.
This is such a good
This is not Nom. This is bowling. There are rules.
Hey, Walter, come on. It's just, hey, man, it's Smokey. So his toe slipped over a little, It's just a game, man.
This is a league game. This determines who enters the next round robin. Am I wrong?
Yeah, but I wasn't.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, but I wasn't over. Give me the marker, dude. I'm marking an 8.
Friend. You mark that frame in 8, you're entering a world of pain.
I'm not.
A world of pain.
That's pretty good.
This is your partner.
Has the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules? Mark at 0.
They're calling the cops, man. Walter, get the piece away.
Walter?
You think I'm f***ing around here? Mark at 0.
All right, I had to
This is
do it.
definitely one of those that I'd seen once, and I saw because of like the reason for this list of like I knew that I was supposed to have seen that movie.
Did you like it? Did you enjoy it?
There were parts of it. I think I only watched it the one time. So
Yeah.
Maybe not everyone's cup of tea. I don't know. I think it's
but
hilarious.
that's what I love about this, and even like
It's so subjective.
Yeah, and even the discussions with people at work and on Facebook and everything, where it was like, I hated a movie, or this movie meant nothing to me, but it had such high importance to somebody else, and I thought that was kind of a fun.
So, okay, it's kind of funny because one that I didn't see on this list, but was super impactful to me growing up, and I'm interested to see if you guys have seen it, Charlie St. Cloud. If you guys have seen that, it has Zac Efron in it, right?
I almost brought him up.
Dude,
a few
what?
times.
Dude, what? Dude,
Shut the up. Just listen.
No, I'm gonna show Tom what you're talking
High
about.
School Musical.
No, it's fine. You can say whatever you want about this. The reason that it gets me, the whole story, is that he is a sailor who had a younger brother. His younger brother passed away. And he can still see his younger brother every single night if he goes into the park and he has like this whole storyline until he was a sailor. So it's like when the sunset bells ring throughout the night, he could spend with his younger brother. He was in a car accident hit by a drunk driver when he was driving and his younger brother died. So that's the storyline. And I have a younger brother that same age. So when I watched this movie, it was super impactful to me based on the storyline of that. And you can say whatever you want about Zac Efron or whatever about the movie poster. It was definitely one of those movies that was a standout to me that most people wouldn't put on a list of any kind.
Yeah, and that was what was hard too, is because there were some that were super personal, but it wasn't as like collectively.
Well, these are also all older movies, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the category. When was this made? I guess
2010 it says.
So that's two.
So this would have probably been
too new.
Or like Marley and Me. Does that one mean anything to you guys?
So,
or like it's like the saddest dog movie that you've ever seen.
I never watched it.
But
that for this list, that was the other thing that I told people. So I was like, this is like guy movies. So like shout out to your wife. She's like, get him to watch 16 Candles and Pretty in Pink, and I was like, that's your job,
dude. I love 16 Candles.
This is notoriously known as like one of the like make you cry movies. Like my parents, we went and saw it with my brother. It was a movie that we went and saw, and he like was sobbing. We had to leave the movie. I guess not.
It's not a guy's movie.
Yeah,
there's no race.
Right.
Wait, no, actually, who is this movie for? Honestly.
It's got a decent storyline. I'm not sure what the or like genre of it was, but it was super sad.
And I love some movies I should love.
I actually have no clue. Comedy drama, because there were definitely funny parts in it, but spoiler alert, like dog dies at the end. So
yeah, and I remember that was kind of the whole thought of it, and I'm like, I've watched a whole lot of Pixar movies and stuff, and they get me every time. So I'm like, I don't need to watch a dog die. Like, I'm gonna cry because of Elastigirl.
Yeah, I guess that like I kind of skewed it from like a guy's list of movies that you need to watch versus like impactful. So those are the ones that stand out to me, even though they're not like a critically.
Well, I'm sitting here like you need to watch 300, and you're like,
I've seen 300. I've definitely seen. Did I not?
You
mark
see
it?
where I'm going with like.
Yes, I understand what you mean. I totally get what you mean. So on this top 50 cinema list, the highlighted were your tops. I know I'm gonna upset some people with this.
Hot takes.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's do it.
Gone in 60 Seconds. I have not seen. Scarface is one that I have not seen.
Scarface is so overrated. I've seen it a few times, and it's good, but it's definitely like overrated. And you watch it because like your favorite rapper talked about it, or you in college you had the poster or something. But
yeah. And I guess then the other one that really I think is Top Gun. I have not seen. I haven't made my way to Top Gun land.
I haven't seen the second one.
Yeah, Training Day, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, none of those.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think I can even think of what, like Training Day maybe, but like I'd have to see a movie poster and like really have to think.
Training
about
Day
if I've
is
seen
super.
it.
Training Day is really good with Denzel and Ethan Hawke, and it's kind of like going in undercover and kind of the seedy underbelly of being an undercover cop.
Nope.
Oh man,
Nope.
it's a King Kong ain't gonna shit on me.
No. No. See, that's
I figured that impression gave it away.
no. I'm
That
lame.
I think that's definitely worth watching.
Randomly, I don't even. What would you put? Like, do you? Never mind. I'm not even gonna say.
No, dude, it's too
It's not
late.
a guy's movie.
So
But like, it was another one of those.
We talk
like,
about Marley
impactful
and Me.
ones. Yeah, sure. I was gonna say Radio
Okay.
because that's more like a critically acclaimed, like not.
The movies you've seen are weird. They're just like the weird.
That's why we're doing this list.
Yeah. You have a different list. So we should probably wrap this up a little bit.
Do you have any standouts on here?
Okay, so I do. 1 sec.
Yeah,
No, actually, I have it.
Give me, because these were the longest ones. Give me your number one that I'd have to watch tonight, out of this list that I haven't seen. And same with the audience members. Out of the top 50 cinemas. Boondock Saints.
Father McElpenny for coming all the way across town to be our guest speaker.
When I whet my flashing sword, and my hand takes hold on
Maybe.
judgment,
Bleeding Through samples this part.
I will take vengeance upon mine enemies, and I will repay those who hate me.
I may have seen this.
Oh Lord,
I may
How do you
have lied.
may have seen Boondock Saints? You'll you know,
I've seen it once.
jumping
That's
out
what
a
I think I may have seen it once.
jumping out a second or third story window, handcuffed to a toilet in a bathrobe.
Sad story of Kitty Genovese. As you
Because aren't they
all
like
may
assassins?
remember,
Their
do
characters
kill
in
people.
Broforce.
almost 30 years ago, this poor soul cried out for help time and time again, but no person
This movie's
answered
badass.
their calls. Though
I
many
had to get a
saw,
P code after this movie. You had
no
to.
one so much as called the police. They all just watched as Kitty was being stabbed to death in broad daylight. They watched as her assailant walked away. Now, we must all fear evil men. But there is another kind of evil which we must fear most, and that is the indifference of good men.
And then they walk out and light up a cigarette like badasses. Hell yeah, dude. In those pea coats, dude. Oh man, nothing cooler. Yes. Let's go.
This is a guy's movie.
Hell yeah, dude. Turn up. Turn up.
I love
I
the
know people with those
Veritas
tattoos,
hand
too.
Tattoo, yeah.
Man, I want a cigarette.
Who wants to
Yeah.
get-
Okay, so that was the one that stood out to me.
So, similar, have you seen The Departed?
I think so, yes.
Okay, well then I can't pick that one. That would have been one of mine.
Yeah, I'm just terrible with like recall on movies and titles and actors' names, and I'm really bad at this. This is definitely one of my like biggest weaknesses. So let's oh no, I can't see the wheel though, James. You're gonna have to
neither can I.
redo it. Oh, you can't do it. You can't see it either.
Well, it's in like this
Fantastic.
weird, like I've never seen this multi-window screen here before.
Oh yeah, you gotta like right click the three dots.
Let's have the.
Oh,
the-
jeez, the
OG.
real producer.
Click the-
Producer of the year
Right-click
2025, Floor Tom. Go vote on Kalshi as soon
Oh.
as you can.
Separate view.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude,
All right.
These new updates are so weird. I wish
Yeah.
they just keep things the same.
Yep.
Windows has gone crazy.
Okay. Let's
All
get
right,
this
we
wheel
have
and
got a
get the last clip.
spinner.
Let's. Okay. Do you want to explain this, Tom?
So basically, this is every movie on the list, and I think we should spin it, see what movie you're forced to watch, and then let's hear what you have to say next episode.
So these are all the ones he hasn't seen.
It's all of them. We're gonna. I didn't
Okay.
have a chance to remove the
Gotcha.
title, so
Okay.
we'll spin it
So
until
we'll
it's
see.
one I haven't.
All right. Let's see which one David has to watch before next hangout.
seen. Yes. Yes, and hopefully it's on a streaming service that I own. Never-ending story.
Never-ending Story.
I've never seen it.
I don't think I've. never seen that too.
What list was that on, Tom? What category?
Probably
is that?
nostalgia.
Okay. Never ending story.
Yeah, this is definitely an old one from my childhood. There's a few of those. You'll see the memes of like where childhood sadness began. This one's got a little heavy parts on it, but so I wish we would have just started with a comedy or something.
I've definitely seen this character. I don't know that I've seen this movie, but I've seen...
Dude, this is like a fever dream, dude. Are you kidding me?
What is happening?
It's so crazy.
So how many mushrooms do I have to take before watching this?
2.75 grams.
All right. Thank you for the dose, Dr. James.
I'm here for that.
That's where that comes from. You like that band, right?
Atreyu, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where Atreyu, the name comes from this?
I believe so, yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
Well, yeah, we could talk about movies for forever, but I think a camera's overheating, so we're gonna get to the last clip here.
Yes, to
I'm
bring it
super
back.
excited about this. This is Tom's clip.
Yes.
Tom's clip.
To bring it back to
in honor of St. Patrick's Day. This is one of my favorite videos of all times.
All right, let's see it.
Well, just in time for St. Patrick's Day, crowds are coming by the dozens to get an up-close view at what some say is a piece of Irish folklore.
Some people in the Crichton area of Mobile say a leprechaun is taking up residence in their neighborhood. A leprechaun. NBC 15's Brian Johnson has more.
Boy.
Curiosity leads to large crowds in Mobile's Crichton community, many of you bringing binoculars, camcorders, even camera phones to take pictures.
To me, it look like a leprechaun to me. I gotta do is look up in the tree. Who else seen the leprechaun say yeah?
Eyewitnesses say the leprechaun only comes out at night. If you shine a light in its direction, it suddenly disappears. This amateur sketch resembles what many of you say the leprechaun looks like. Others find it hard to believe and have come up with their own theories and explanations for the image.
My theory is it's casting a shadow from the other limb.
Could be a crackhead. Doing wrong stuff. And it told him to get up in a tree and play a leprechaun.
We're going to get down to the bottom of this. Yeah, still on there, guy. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, man.
This guy helping to direct traffic says he's prepared for his encounter with the leprechaun. He's suited up from head to toe.
This wars off spells right here.
Oh my God! This is the best thing ever.
Thousands of years ago from my great-great-grandfather who was Irish. I just came to help out.
Others just came to get lucky in hopes a pot of gold may be buried under this tree.
I'm gonna run a backhoe and uproot that tree. I want to go. Give me the go. I want to go.
This is Brian Johnson, NBC 15 News.
My God, Tom, your segment needs to become news clips
You know what I like?
only.
I like the amateur
This
sketch
is
of the leprechaun.
gold.
It looks like
Yes.
somebody got a really good look at it and got that good drawing out there.
Who did that? I want to know who sketched that.
I don't know. Maybe Brian sketched it.
how are they not dying laughing?
I would have lost it.
And this is in like the auto-tune the news phase too, because there's like a whole "Who's Seen the Leprechaun Say Yeah" song, and and so it's the reaction, it's the amateur sketch, just everything about that makes me smile.
That is gold. I absolutely love that. Way to bring it home with a positive St. Patrick's Day laugh. I hope you guys all enjoyed this episode. Please like, subscribe, comment. I want to hear your feedback about all the movies that I should have seen and what movies need to be the next thing on my queue when it comes to movies.
And what's your favorite movie in this time period? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you want to post, like maybe post how old you are, like what movies you've seen and what you haven't seen, so we can get like a good gauge of like, you know, do young people watch older movies, or do older people just still watch older movies?
Yes. And we're going to try, we'll do something to where you guys will be able to see the list, whether it's screenshots or in the description or something, to where you guys will be able to weigh in on what like this actually consists of.
Yeah, what David has seen or hasn't seen. So
yeah. All right. Well, it's been fun having you back at the host desk, Tom.
Yeah. Hopefully you can hear me.
Hopefully.
It looks like people can.
All right. Sounds good. Well, we'll see you guys next week for another episode of the Hangout Culture.
Thanks for the hangout.
Welcome back, everybody. Things look a little bit different here at the Hangout. I'm Tom. Over here to my left, we have James's buzzing cousin from downtown Pound Town, Daisy Allendale, if you're nasty, Mr. David Murin.
Hello. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back.
There would be a ding if I was producing.
Ooh.
Oopsies.
Oh, you yell
He
at
was
Tom
too busy
every
stank
time.
eyeing me.
You sabotaged me because I don't see it on here. You must have exited out of it.
Is this the outtake?
Yeah, let's do that.